What is up, sports fans? We are back. Another Wednesday here on the South Florida Tribune. We're back for another episode of The Fan in the End. I'm your host, as always, Steven Rychel, the big man, Mr. Ben Troupe to the right of me. Marvin on the mic, Mr. Marvin Powell the third is right below me. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. Talk a lot of nonsense, have a lot of jokes like we always do here on the Fan in the End. But as per usual, each and every one of our episodes here on the South Florida Tribune is brought to you by Fight Wax. Fight Wax is the ultimate skincare defense for athletes and all active members in your life. Help treats cuts, swelling, scrapes and abrasions, rejuvenates and restores stressed skin. Customers have used for soreness, stiffness, recovery, designed for athletes and all active lifestyles. Provides them ultra silky, non-greasy feel, deep hydration for everyday skincare. Help fight dry skin. Customers have used for eczema, psoriasis, and other skin disorders. Make sure you're checking out the Fight Wax soap. If you haven't checked it out, check out Big Ben as he's got the hoodie on, rocking it, wearing it today. And guys, as always, make sure you are using that code if you're heading over there to Fight Wax and use South 15 FW. It's always going to be we always got to show love to the people that show us love. So other than that, let's have some fun today. So we did this one a few weeks ago, but this is a kind of a little different feel. So I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. Another one of these graphics I came over, right? And there's 9 people on this list of potential Hall of Famers, right? You can only pick 3 of them. This is going to be freaking hard, all right? So you got Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Joe Flacco, Joe Burrow, Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp, Nick Bosa, Max Crosby. You can only keep 3 out of those 9 that are going, that maybe you just feel is going to be already Hall of Famers, guys that are, some of these guys on this list that are already trending towards potential Hall of Fame status. I'm going to start off with Marvin on this one.
Yeah. So of that list that I can remember, I would probably have to go the first 2 I saw.
So you can take a look at it.
Yeah, the first 2, Russell was in Seattle for a decade. He was a franchise quarterback. He won a Super Bowl. He wasn't the MVP. But I probably got to go Russell Wilson. I got to go Mike Evans. And I probably need to go with the 2-time MVP, Lamar Jackson, just because I think that the league MVP trophy is the biggest trophy in American sports. You have to do that over 16 games. When you're the quarterback, you're the most targeted person on the field. When you're the quarterback, you're the most important person on the field. And, I don't think that Baltimore's failure to win a Super Bowl is Lamar Jackson. When you look at, the drop by the tight end in one of those playoff games, when you look at the fumble on the goal line by the receiver, I can't remember his name. When you look at, what Lamar did, in his last game of the season this year, I mean, he put on a show. He showed you why he is him, So I got to go Lamar. Mike Evans, I've spent 14 years in Tampa. It was 12 years in Tampa. He had 11 seasons of 1,000 yards. He was the number 1 receiver for a decade. He's just a dog receiver who has the numbers and a Super Bowl ring. So yeah, Mike Evans, I got to go with. I got to go with Russell, and I got to go with Lamar Jackson. Obviously Jonathan Taylor and Max Crosby are outstanding players, and they will definitely get Hall of Fame mention. For Taylor, I don't know what his numbers are, but I know that he's had multiple years of just being elite, and that matters. But I think a few more yards for him, maybe a ring, makes a big difference. I think you got a lot of guys who ran the ball well, who aren't in the Hall of Fame. So yeah, Lamar Jackson.
We can't say Roger Craig anymore, so let's go with the other 49er.
Roger Craig, I would have put him up there after Lamar. But yeah, Lamar.
But he made it in this year. That's why obviously he wouldn't be on a list like that. So I think that's one of the few things that we're all getting excited for the Hall of Fame inductions is to see Roger, because how long it took him and seeing all that the grit that you have to go to get there. So let's go and switch this one over to Ben, because there's a cross section and the reason why I kind of brought this one up. So again, I'm gonna pull it up one more time, Ben, so you get a look at it. Russell, Lamar, Jalen, Joe Flacco, Joe Burrow, Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp, Nick Bosa, and Max Crosby. You can only pick 3 going to the Hall of Fame.
I mean, the easy one to me is Lamar Jackson. You win the MVP of the NFL at any given time of your career. That's Hall of Fame state. You were the best player in football. You were the MVP. He's done it twice. Most guys just want to do it. He's done it twice. I think Lamar Jackson is a Hall of Famer. My number 2 is Mike Evans. Mike Evans, they mentioned him in the same breath as Jerry because he was doing Jerry type stuff. Getting 1,000. I was in the league for my first 11 years. I had 1,000 yards every season, and that's not the same quarterback. I did not start with Tom Brady, and I did not start with Baker Mayfield. I started with Jameis Winston, and then I went over to these other guys. And so I was good when I had Jameis, remained good when I got Tom, and solidified it. Obviously when I had Baker Mayfield. And my number 3, I think, is Tyreek Hill. You might not like Tyreek Hill antics. His numbers are ridiculous. Tyreek Hill, when he is at his best, he's a first-team All-Pro. He was the first-team All-Pro as a returner when he was in Kansas City. Then he became a first-team All-Pro as a receiver. He goes over to Miami. He's a first-team All-Pro again. Tyreek Hill is never – when you look at – Tyreek Hill has Randy Moss ability with the deep ball. I mean, he can get deep on you, and he's just a guy that hit the antics. People be forgetting the type of player he is. It's never been about his play. It's been about the other stuff. So for me, love Russell Wilson, but here's the thing about Russ. The longer you play, it could diminish stuff. I don't think it should, but the longer you play, it's diminishing because he's getting farther and farther away from Seattle. Now, what he did in Seattle is solidified. It is solidified. But then you go to Denver, then you go, then you go to Pittsburgh. Now you with the Giants, and I don't think that the end of your career should have anything to do with what you did, starting your career. But it hurts you. I think. But for me, I think Lamar Jackson, Mike Evans, and Tyreek Hill. Love Max Crosby, Joe Burrow. People need to get past that Super Bowl run. They need to let that stuff go, man. I mean, if Joe Burrow didn't go on the Super Bowl run, would people be talking about him in the breath that they're talking about him in? I like Max Crosby. Love Max Crosby.
We already got someone coming at Ben's neck here. He's like, did I just heard this man say Hill got deep ball skills like Moss? Does he know what he's talking about? I think he does.
Not only the best deep threat you've ever seen in the National Football League is not Randy Moss. That would be one Deshaun Jackson. Go check the numbers. See, we get caught up in certain stuff, right? Here's the thing. I'm gonna go check the numbers because I don't got a statistician next to me. Yes. Ask any defensive coordinator who scares them to death when he's on the field and say Tyreek Hill. He can take the top off of any defense, any safety, any corner, right? And to be a first-team All-Pro is rare. To be a multiple-team first-team All-Pro is extremely rare. I think he's been in like 3 or 4 times, 2 different teams. You don't become a first-team All-Pro catching slants. That's not how you get there. No, I got to be able to put up numbers. So I know who Randy Moss is, and when I put you in the same category as Randy Moss, just go check it. Go look at Tyreek. No one is gonna be a Randy Moss. He is a one of one.
Yes.
One of Tyreek Hill's nickname is they call him Mini Moss. That's one of his nicknames. I know he's Cheetah. He is Mini Moss. You don't believe me? Ain't he doing people like this? I'm doing people like this because I'm behind you. So just go check the numbers. I mean, I know that people think the audacity. Look. But people that got
their feelings about players sometimes, and I think that's what Mr. Smith was due. He was getting in his feelings a little bit, but I think we're all just about unanimous that Mike Evans is on this list. Let me pull it up.
Tyreek Hill has been a first-team All-Pro 5 times. He's a 5-time first-team All-Pro. I'm just telling you, 5-time first-team All-Pro. And right now,
this ain't Pro Bowls. This is all pro.
And there's a difference.
He's a 5-time first-team All-Pro. He's a one-time second-team All-Pro. He has 83 touchdowns right now, right on 819 over almost 12,000 yards. people, listen to me. Listen. When we get to talking about Randy Moss is a one of one, I get it. I'm not, but Randy Moss as a mini me, his name is Tyreek. That's what he would look like. Because when Tyreek Hill is well, you see what I'm saying? And the only reason why he has a sign that people want to see can he pass the physical. Because when he passes, breaking news, somebody's snatching him. And you hope it's your team. I don't care if it's the Jets. I don't care if it's the Eagles. The Eagles just got.
Yeah, if we get Tyreek Hill, it's over.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm about to say, who would you rather have, Hollywood Brown or Tyreek?
When Tyreek's healthy, it's not even a question. It's not even a question. And I get like Hollywood Brown's got some attributes out there. He's not he's not a special teams guy or anything like that. But it's like, we really having this conversation. Listen, Hollywood Brown is a more than adequate receiver for what he's being brought into Philadelphia to do. But I'm taking Tyreek Hill. Not just that, the return game. The Eagles have been dying for a legit returner back there. You put Tyreek catching punts, catching kicks with how everything's set up now, man. But I agree with you on the Russell Wilson part of it. You know, the last handful of years has kind of hurt Russ. The last Super Bowl has kind of hurt Russell a little bit, but Lamar Jackson absolutely has to be on this list. I'm not going with Jalen Hurts. I love my boy. Don't get me wrong. He's on this list. I get it. I get it. I do. But I think I have to agree with Ben here with Tyreek Hill. He's too much of an exceptional athlete in multiple. He's been an All-Pro in multiple different positions: kick returner, wide receiver, all that. He is. Everyone says Mini Moss. I think he's just another slightly bigger version of a Deshaun Jackson, in my opinion. But that's because I sat here and watched Deshaun for a good portion of his career. But the reason why I really brought this one up is because there was kind of a comments coming out about the original game changer dual threat that Mike Vick has openly stated that he believes he should be in Pro Football's Hall of Fame, saying he revolutionized the game when discussing the evolution of mobile quarterbacks. His resume includes Pro Bowl selections, 2010 Comeback Player of the Year award. But he only has, 2,200 yards passed and 133 touchdown passes, but 6,000 rushing yards, which was the most until as we just mentioned, Lamar Jackson surpassed them. Vicks is also in the College Football Hall of Fame, coming in this last year's class, and his legacy at Virginia Tech. Now, since I started off on Marvin on the first half of this, I'm going to start off on Ben on this one. Do you believe Mike Vick has a leg to stand on that? I don't think he should be, first ballot Hall of Famer. I think within a 10-year period of time, I do think he should be inducted. Yes, he doesn't have the passing numbers, but it's also about the impact you had on the game. And Michael Vick was the ultimate game changer when he was at his best.
Yes, I believe Michael Vick is a Hall of Famer for everything you just said and more. We get everybody can't be measured in the same metric, right? That's why it took Roger Craig so long. You can't measure him versus every other. What did he mean to the position? What did he mean to the game? What was his impact on the game? I can love Lamar Jackson, love Cam Newton, love Randall Cunningham, love Steve Young. We have never seen a Michael Vick before. When this dude came to the league, what in the world is this? This dude out of Virginia Tech is going to be the number 1 overall pick to the Atlanta Falcons. But here's the thing, I think, what makes Michael Vick. Michael Vick had to prove that he could just play quarterback without using his legs like he did. He gets out of jail. Who's that guy that got him? A guy named Andy Reid. Who was he the coach with Eagles? Wasn't he an MVP candidate when he got out of jail? Yes. Now, I think Michael Vick to me is like when people the gentleman that was talking about being compared to Randy Moss with the deep threat. Every dual threat quarterback that's ever gonna come into the league, they're gonna say who they compare him to. Vic. Why? Because dude, Vic is the standard, and that's taking nothing away from none of the greats. Josh Allen got the most rushing touchdowns. He ain't Michael Vick. Cam Newton, Michael Vick, I got the most rushing yards. I think that when we talk about the quarterback position and what it has become, I look at Michael Vick like an Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson is never going to be seen as the greatest NBA player, but when you talk about influence, I don't know, Steve, we might got to go check some of your pictures back in the early 90s, 2000s. You might have had cornrows in your hair because he had the whole world wearing cornrows, right? Impact has the matter, and it just does. Is it gonna be hard for him to get in? Yes, but I would always ask this. It goes back to what I say about Marvin Powell's father. Ask the people that played against him. Won't you ask? See, people don't want to do that because that kills all speculation. Hey man, Michael Vick. Oh my God, this dude. And mind you, they couldn't switch up his game. Michael Vick threw the one. I remember Michael Vick, Ward Dunn, T.J. Duckett, Algie Crumpler. He gonna throw that thing to Algie every single time. But yeah, I do think Michael Vick is a Hall of Famer for a lot. We had the Michael Vick experience. Like they had commercials for this dude, and in Atlanta back in the day, they don't doubt it now. Over by the Lenox Mall. They got Atlantic, they right across street from Lenox. They used to have a Nike Town in there. The whole Nike Town was all Michael Vick. It was all him. Michael Vick was so strong in Atlanta that when everything happened with them dogs, not only he went to jail, every Atlanta Falcons merchandise store in the whole city got shut down because of one dude. They shut everything down. I had a Michael Vick red Atlanta Falcons jersey with the white numbers. And when I was in college, girls would ask us, y'all gonna play Virginia Tech? We're like, hell no. We don't want no part of that. No, I think it's not going to be because of this voting. Michael Vick gonna have to wait a long time. But you asking me as Michael, and here's the thing, and I mean this. I think Cam Newton is a Hall of Famer, but I don't think if Michael Vick get in, Cam Newton will. And Cam Newton did win MVP, right? He did win MVP. I think the gold standard of being a dual threat it starts with Michael Vick. That is Steve Young, Randall Cunningham, Donovan McNabb, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, all y'all, love all y'all. If Michael Vick walk in the room and all those guys, they go, oh shoot, that's Vick. Because you got to have a prototype. Everything is a prototype. Michael Vick is the prototype. Not
I think that's the proper word for him.
Yeah,
because he was.
I think he is. I definitely think he is. I am
Marvin,
but I do think he is.
Yeah. So listen, I absolutely agree with Ben that Michael Vick is a Hall of Famer. Listen, when I was a kid, when I was in middle school, I played quarterback, and I used to love watching Notre Dame because they had a black quarterback in Tony Rice. This was a time when, right now, half of the quarterbacks in the NFL, if not more, are black. We're really past that conversation now. It's a new day. You notice they don't really say black quarterback anymore, right? Like he's different. They just say quarterback, as they should, Michael Vick is the first dual threat quarterback that the NFL took serious, and he made evaluators change how they look at some of these mobile quarterbacks. And, after Michael Vick, you look at it now, every team in the NFL has the large majority of the NFL has a quarterback who, while they're not Vick, they're mobile. Every quarterback can run, can scramble, can get out there. And that's almost, you have to be that now. The Peyton, unless you're a Peyton Manning, unless you're a Drew Brees, unless you're a Tom Brady, that, stand up in the pocket and just sling it. That ain't the NFL no more. Football's evolved past that. You look at the NFL, the fullback position, they've erased it because they want a more athletic position. They're trying to go more athletic and more explosive at every single position. That's why we have the sexy tight ends now, and we have the mobile quarterbacks. They want every position to be able to pop off like that. Michael Vick is the one that did that. I heard a interview, I want to say it was Belichick, and he said that I think it was Belichick. He had said that, Michael Vick is every defense coordinator's worst nightmare, worse than, and he listed, some of the prior white quarterbacks who were standing up. I think he said like Brady and Manning, those guys, they're going to sit in the pocket. If you can just, you don't have to worry about containing them. With Vic, he had a cannon for an arm, and when he was passing the ball, he was on. You know what I'm saying? You saw what your boy Andy Reid did with him up in Philly. Mike came out of prison balling, signed another $100 million contract after prison. People forget this. He came back and had a whole nother thing in Philly. And for a hot minute, he had McNabb on the bench. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Michael Vick changed the quarterback position without question. He changed the way we evaluate quarterbacks. He created opportunities for quarterbacks who would be in the CFL and UFL and would never even made it to the NFL. He showed the NFL that you can be back there and be the fastest guy on the field, be the most explosive guy on the field, be the biggest threat on the field, and you're the quarterback. You know what I mean? So, Michael Vick, absolutely. If you're looking at this thing objectively and you're taking emotions and you're taking the legal out of it, and we're talking about people who really changed the game, people who were textbook game breakers, that's Michael Vick. To me, it's silly that he's not, that he probably won't get in the Hall of Fame. And I agree with Ben as well. Cam Newton is a one of one. You have never seen a quarterback like Cam Newton in the NFL. Never. You've never seen that size, that ability. And for you people forget, again, he went to Carolina. They were the worst team in the league. The worst team in the league. And this dude comes out as the number one pick. He backs it up with Pro Bowls, All Pros, and a league MVP on top of that. And he takes the worst team in the league to the Super Bowl. And he's a quarterback. You can't compare any other quarterback to Cam Newton at all. And when this dude was on, he was on. He's a game changer. He's an anomaly. He's different. You know what I'm saying? And people don't recognize it like that. So, yeah, Vic's a Hall of Famer. And I back up what Ben said. People should really take a hard look at Cam and how he impacted the game and what that situation was when he came in and what he did with it. It's
pretty killer. Go ahead, Steve.
I'm gonna just say it like this. I agree that Michael Vick should be a Hall of Famer. I don't think he should have to wait to no senior committee type stuff. I'm not, like I said when we first started this, I'm not saying he should be a first ballot or Hall of Famer or anything like that. But not just that, what he meant to the game, how he changed things, how he was the prototype, the Michael Vick experience, all that stuff. But having been knocked all the way down in the dirt, and to build yourself back up. I don't think a lot of people have heard this, but there was half the season where he was with Donovan McNabb, and then they traded Donovan. Then Kevin Kolb was supposed to be the quarterback, and Mike was still kind of trying to get back into football shape, get ready, get mentally situated. And when Kevin Kolb went down, Michael Vick said one thing: he wasn't ready. He flat out said
that was the Green Bay game, right? That was Green Bay.
Yeah, the Green Bay game. It was it was the first game of the season.
Okay.
So to sit there and just know he wasn't ready, and then seeing what he did that season, it just there's special athletes, and Michael Vick is one of them. Does a lot of people upset about what got him into Philadelphia? Absolutely, and you should be. And he's taken accountability for that. Maybe not to what people think he should have done or this, that, and the third. But he only owes it to himself to admit that he was wrong. He doesn't owe it to us. He's already paid his debt to society, in my opinion. So I'm not going to ever sit there and trash Michael Vick's name over those type of transgressions, regardless. But he is an absolute Hall of Famer, and I agree with your guys' point as well that despite the fact that as a media member, I can only take so much of Cam Newton, but as a football player, absolutely, he's another one.
If Cam Newton is not a Hall of Famer, they don't exist. Like shout out to Andy Reid, though. It's only so many coaches and so many front offices could handle Mike Vick and the media storm that was going to come. Tony Dungy, looked at Tony Dungy, reached out to the Rooneys, and that's how Mike Tomlin became the head coach of the Rooneys. He said, hey, man, you got this young defensive coordinator from Minnesota. Michael Vick was getting mentored by Tony Dungy. He's going to see him in jail. And he's looking him in his eyes, asking him questions. And he said, look, I'm going to go to bat for you. I'm going to go tell Andy Reid I think he should. I can't remember where I was when I said breaking news. I said, Michael Vick going to the Eagles? And all I'm saying is Andy Reid said, dude, you got to play quarterback over here now. Like over here, you Vick. But you got a cannon in that left arm. And Vick had a whoop. That thing come out of there. I just think that football, people that like football, we get that people make mistakes. Nobody is condoning. This man done work with the Humane Society. He done did all the but I always ask him when it comes to Hall of Fame, can you talk about the position without that player? No, you cannot talk about quarterback without mentioning Vick. And every time you mention Michael Vick, people go, oh man, too many highlights to name, you know. And the way he played at Virginia Tech. And what did everybody say? He ain't going to be able to do that in the league. BS. Yeah, he is going to be able to do that too. Because this is a guy that admitted, I didn't understand defenses. I didn't understand how to read stuff. But you put that ball in my hand, and I'm a dance out there. And, hey, had a long career. Obviously a head coach now. And Cam Newton, though. And whenever Cam Newton name, if he's eligible now, whenever Cam Newton name come up, the hate is going to come. Because Cam is a part of the media now, and he talks a lot. But once again, I got a defensive end playing quarterback, and he is the freaking truth. He went 15. He went 15-1. And Ted Ginn Jr., love Ted Ginn, was his number one receiver. That's who he went to the Super Bowl with. Ted Ginn Jr. is his number one. Kevin Funches is his other receiver. Greg Olsen is his tight end. I'm just telling y'all. 15-1. I love Ted Ginn. I think he's the head coach now in the UFL. I think he's coaching the team.
He is in Cleveland.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, who you do it with is just as much as that you do it at all. And Cam's right. I ain't no Steve Smith Sr. He's gone. He's in Baltimore somewhere. He gone. I got Ted Ginn. I ain't got DJ Moore. I got Ted Ginn. I got Kevin Funches. I got Greg Olsen. And but I had to deal with Denver and Von Miller and DeMarcus Well. It didn't go that way. I don't even want to talk about the Super Bowl because I think they sabotaged Cam. They got him standing in the pocket like he Peyton Manning, and that's when Peyton Manning couldn't throw it past 10 yards at that point. But yeah, Cam Newton is a Hall of Famer. Michael Vick, yeah, man. I the same way they did the Last Dance with the Bulls and a lot of these kids that only wear Jordans and never saw him play, they need to do it. They said, look, man, we're going to just show you who Vick was as a player. It ain't going to take long to be like, Daddy, I told you. Michael Vick?
Yep.
Michael Vick is the only reason why you like Virginia Tech. You ain't watched them since. You ain't watched them since 99. You ain't got a reason to. Yeah, Vick is that dude, man. I hope they do the right thing, man.
Yeah.
Put that man in the Hall of Fame.
Next one I want to get to is another report that came out this weekend. We talk about that financial literacy with athletes, right? So I came across this report. You know, we talking about Marshawn Lynch now, right? So that it's been widely reported that Marshawn has not spent his NFL salary and he's been living off endorsement and business income instead. Business Insider quoted said that he hasn't spent a dime of his actual playing money ever, which is estimated to make about $5 million a year in endorsements in other ventures. And I think people also tend to forget that he's also a paid photographer as well. So, you know, that's why we see him at a lot of events and things of that nature as well. We'll kick Marvin off on this one. Are you surprised to see a guy like Marshawn, his style, the way he likes to go about things, he's a California kid, stuff like that he hasn't spent a dime of his pro contract money?
So I'm going to bet you that that's probably an exaggeration, but I think the bigger point that's being made is that this is a guy who, you know, through his time in the NFL, regardless of how you perceived him, regardless of how he allowed himself to be seen, he's a smart dude. So it's a smart dude. And even if he didn't start off, right financially, I'm not saying he didn't. He got to the point where he understood it. And I think today, I think athletes still get a bad name because, athletes are in the public eye and every aspect of their life is publicized. And the reality is, no matter who you are, no matter what kind of neighborhood you live in, whether you're in Beverly Hills or in Compton, there are people in that neighborhood who are broke and pretending to be rich. You know what I'm saying? And they don't, they may be Caucasian and they may gone to these schools, whatever it may be, but they have money problems too. They spend their money too. You know what I'm saying? And athletes really get picked on with that. And I think it's a different day, man. I think guys are just more aware. I think social media has created has given us so much information in the internet. There's so much information out there now, and people are having conversations now, that they weren't having in the locker rooms in the 60s and the 70s, because again, it was just a different time. You know what I mean? And the agents, didn't come at you with the whole package of, I have a financial guy, I have a real estate guy, I have all this kind of guy. This was them taking all their money up front after signing you to a 5-year deal. And then when you get cut after 1 year, they out, Nowadays, you look at me here, I got these cards from my kids, from my son. These are financial literacy cards. I make my kids do them every day. You know what I'm saying? Because again, there's so much information out there. There's almost no excuse. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy for Marshawn. I've always been a fan of Marshawn. I love the way he plays the game. I don't, in regards to his personality, I know a lot of brothers like Marshawn, and y'all do too. You know what I'm saying? And, and behind all that tough, it's a cool dude. You know what I mean? Smart dude. So, yeah, I'm happy to hear it. Proud of him. And I hope more players, which I know they are, catch heed to this and, are just doing a better job because I'm someone who's overspent at various times in my life. So, but, now, approaching 50 with 2 kids and a wife, I look at things a little bit differently, right? And I live a little bit differently, as I should. If he's been doing this for as long as he says he's been doing it, kudos to him. He's a great example for the NFL, and I hope young players are paying attention.
Ben.
Marshawn Lynch is a direct example of don't judge a book by its cover. He is if you've ever been to the town, if you've ever been to Oakland, he is Oakland top to bottom, like as far as like the Oakland culture. But let me tell you what, I don't know what veteran pulled Marshawn to the side. I don't know if it was in Seattle. I don't know if it was Buffalo and told him. Because that's what happens. That's what people don't talk about. It's always a crafty veteran that's played 10 years. They're not a big name. They're not a Pro Bowler, but they've made a lot of money. And every time you see them, right, they kind of look like an executive as a player. They're very, very mild-mannered, not flashy at all. But they chicken is good. My money is set up, not just for now, but for later. Because everybody, when you first come to the league, you can't wait to get the stuff you always wanted. I got to get the car that I want. I want to get the house that I want. I want to get the jewelry that I want. I want to get the stuff. And it takes a veteran to sit you down and say, everything you just bought is not making you a dime. It ain't making you 1 cent. And then some of them might let you come to their crib. You like, God. You walking in, you hear the song, dun, 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 like you can hear it. Like it's and they sitting you down saying, hey man, how long do you think you gonna play? You 21, 20, oh man, I'm gonna play 15 years. I'm gonna make because they are already trying to get rid of you. And next thing you know, they're letting you know you better find a way to use this leverage while you got NFL current player attached to your name. You better do because Marshawn got something that most players don't get. He got endorsements. Most players in any professional sport ain't getting no endorsements because it's hard to do it. Not that you can't do it, but do I believe that Marshawn is saving his money? Yeah, because I was with the Raiders. I was walking through the streets of Oakland. He had his stored in called Beast Mode. Even back in like 2008, Marshawn got a good team around him. I guarantee you. He got people that can tell him the truth, which means they can say, Marshawn, how long you want this money to stretch, man? Okay, you want to make sure you keep making money? How much money you gonna put back into the money? He got them affordable houses going up. He's gentrifying his own neighborhood. He's doing it. Hey, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna tell these people. I'm gonna put these people over here for a little while to have them come back Because if I've been living in the same neighborhood for 30 years, you're going to put me out and cause the rent to go up? That is BS. No, I'm going to kick you out, make the neighborhood look different, and let you come back for the same price you was paying before. I'm just making the hood look good. Because that's what gentrification is. I'm going to make it look good. I respect Marshawn for telling them young boys, listen, man, take care of your mind, man. Take care of your chicken. That way, when you walk away, you can live how you want to live. You can do what you want to do, because that's ultimately what you want. You want to be able to say, "Hey, I'm not 100." And I don't believe in, I disagree with Odell Beckham Jr. $100 million is a lot of money. Oh yes, it is too. That's a lot of money. But how you spend it, it might not be a lot. But with Marshawn, he knows. Just like Andrew and James, he never had to switch up who he was. I didn't have to go corporate to be corporate. I didn't have to change up my look, because sometimes, and I know Marv know this, the people watching us seeing, can we still be us while I'm doing what I do? And when I say be us, I don't mean there's anything wrong with how you look, but can I talk the way I talk? Can I walk the way I walk? Can I do what I do? Yeah, because if you only want to meet me because I got on this $10,000 Tom Ford suit, but I ain't talking about nothing, I want to be able to say, hey, we are one of ones. To play in the NFL for one down makes you one of the greatest and best college football players ever, because most of us ain't playing in no league. It's not happening. So for Marshawn to have the career he's had, to still, I'm pretty sure he got a house in Oakland, house in Seattle, and he's still making money through the NFL. He said, look, I get free tickets to the game because I'm an NFL photographer. Like, I'm really over here taking these pictures because I want to have checks to keep coming in to make sure I'm building on that portfolio. So I'm impressed by him. And Marshawn Lynch did a full commercial just to piss people off. And when Stephen A. Smith said, dude, you're going to have to change up who you are. You want to get a door. He did a whole commercial. He ain't say a word. The girl was talking for him. But he is Marshawn Lynch now. It ain't like he ain't the truth. It ain't like he ain't an incredible football player. And he got to finish his career with the, before the Raiders went to Vegas, he got to play for them, and he's from Oakland. That man got a 30 for 30 movie coming, a Netflix special. So I like the fact that he don't mind telling these young players the truth. Not what they want to hear, not that he ain't trying to be their friend. I have a nonprofit and I work with young boys ages 12 through 18. They said, Mr. Troupe, man, he said, we friends, right? Hell no, we ain't friends. I'm friendly. I don't have friends as 18. I don't have friends as 20. I have friends my age and above. But Marshawn, him and his cousin Peters, and those boys, they understand, dude. We might be the only ones get a chance to do this. What we gonna do with our money and our fame? And hey, if people see what you doing with your money, and I had to learn this through financial literacy. I said, how do super duper rich people stay rich? They know where to put their money. A budget is telling your money where to go. I'm telling my money where to go and what it's gonna do. Investing, make sure I keep having money to tell it where to go. That's what investing does. And you got this chain, and next thing you know, you got LaShawn McCoy back in his hometown with the hard hat and the shovel, saying, "Hey man, we finna do housing. Hey man, you got to go from football player to businessman, and it's hard. That's the hardest transition because
it is, and and that's kind of going into my next point. Obviously Marshawn, amazing guy, amazing athlete. Then we get somebody like Antonio Brown, who basically his the reports this week is that his $4 million mansion is up for sale. He's filing for bankruptcy, and this goes to the other side of that we talk about making the right decisions, having the right financial people around you, and stuff like that. Start off with Ben on this one. Antonio Brown, mansion's up for sale. Is this just another another bump in the road? Is he starting to trend on a downward slide? Like, what are your initial thoughts when hearing this?
I hear two things. One, it could be an initial slide, and it could be positioning. All bankruptcy ain't bad. It depends. It's a lot of different ways to file. Let me tell you something. That's another thing. Look, let me tell you this myth about these people with money. They file bank. Boy, if they tell you how many times they done did it. Bankruptcy, sometime with a Chapter 7 or whatever you call it, the one you say, I I ain't buying nothing, but my money ain't coming out either. Sometimes it's to get people to get out my back, man. I ain't got it. But I ain't buying nothing either. I think for Antonio Brown, hopefully he's doing the positioning. Hey, Antonio, what? You see that guy over there, that guy that was on that $100 million yacht yesterday? Yeah, he filed bankruptcy before. Yeah. So hopefully he's using it, one, as a tool to teach people that's coming behind him. And number two, hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with losing all your money, man. You know, ain't nothing wrong with having to file, but come back stronger. Come back. I don't even know how many billionaires have filed for bankruptcy. I don't even want to know how many times Steve Jobs and all those type of guys, they just fell flat, and they came back with a vengeance. Because, like Marv just said, listen, being in the public eye comes with public scrutiny. Everything you do is in the public. And I didn't even realize how many of my friends that never made it to the NFL, man, they done filed bankruptcy. But when I went to their crib, I couldn't tell. I said, you filed? Yeah, man. Don't you got a business now? Yeah, man, it helped me get my finances right. It helped me show where my money, because when you got to show every dollar you spending, forget IRS, I got to show every dollar where it's going. But hey, man, but Antonio, he's learning, man. He's I think he got a son that's getting ready to go to college soon. I think he got a son that old getting ready to go to college soon. But no, hopefully it's positioning. I think for Antonio Brown, it's a cautionary tale of I don't care who you are, what you are. Life catches up to us all. Hopefully you bounce back because of it. I mean, like I said, I thought that bankruptcy was the end. And sometimes it's the best beginning you're going to have, because you get with the right people, you get with the right bankruptcy lawyers or whatever, they'll help you come back strong. I hope that's his situation, because I saw that Martellus Bennett sold his Super Bowl ring for like so much money. He sold it for like, was it like almost $1 million? I think he sold it for something like that. When you make millions of dollars for like 3 or 4 months at a time, cause we make all our money from September to December. All your money is coming in, depending on what we got paid every 2 weeks with the Titans, and that's by design. That's so you have some money in the off season, because they still owe you a couple of checks. But I hope that Antonio Brown is using this as a tool for himself, because, like I say, getting older and having money talks, like you sitting down with people that's always had money, them old 20s, them old hundreds. You know, it's when they tell you about positioning, they say things like using your own money is not a good thing. You want to be able to borrow against your money. And I say, and it's something that Stephen A. Smith said that I believe in. It's crazy. Stephen A. Smith said, if you borrow $3 million and you don't pay it back, you in trouble. If somebody invests $300 million in you, if you can't help them recoup that, everybody's in trouble, because they believe in you that much. I'm trying to get to that point, Stephen Mark. When somebody come to me like they did what's the Pat McAfee? Hey, Troupe, we wanted to, hey man, me and the boys, man, we want $100 million. Why? Because if you give us $100 million, boy, you are directly connected to our success. You got to watch us. You got to help us. You can't just give us this and walk away. So hopefully with AB, it's just him trying to get his life together, trying to keep the last bit of finance he got, so they can't take that from him. Because and hopefully we'll see him again, man, doing bigger, better things. Because what's the guy name with Fanatics? What's his name? Ruben. His name Ruben? Mark Ruben or something? That dude taking over. The guy that just did the freaking flag football thing, that dude is taking over, man. Got Tom Brady coming out the woodwork, throwing the football to Odell Beckham Jr. Stephon Diggs. But nah, AB, man, I'm praying for you, man. I hope it's a positioning thing. Because if this the old me, I think bankruptcy is bad. But me getting old and understanding that, hey, man, sometimes, man, I want to get them creditors off my back. Chapter 7. Yeah. Leave me alone. I'll see y'all in 7 years. But I ain't had to do nothing. I can't get no new car, but I can keep the car that I got. Just saying.
All right, Marvin, your thoughts on Antonio Brown?
Yeah, I think people who have a certain amount of financial literacy realize that just because you file bankruptcy doesn't mean you're broke at all. What it means, what it really could mean for him is that everything he owns is in the name of a corporation. Everything from his house to his car to, everything's in the name of a corporation or tied up in something that's not associated to him personally. And like Ben said, this could just be him, wanting to deal with, a few creditors or whatever it may be, or just bad business deals or bad business relationships that he's supposed to get out of. It does not mean he's broke. It does not mean he spent all his money. For what I know, a lot of people don't put their name on everything or on certain things. Corporations is the way people live. You know what I mean? And and plus, this is a guy, even with his crazy background, even with the things that he's done, his antics, he's kind of like Floyd. You love to hate him almost. He's entertaining, you know what I'm saying, to a degree. Whether it's autograph signings or whatever, this guy's going to make money. But I don't think anything of that at all. As an entrepreneur myself, who's had multiple businesses and had ups and downs and been through it, and bankruptcy is just part of the game. You know what I mean? And really, people who know use it to their advantage. So,
all right. Now, per Mr. Powell's request, we're going to change gears here. We'll get back to some of the current topics and stuff like that, but wanted to give some time and talk about my co-host a little bit. We've done some giveaways and stuff like that, but I want to give Ben a chance to kind of talk about his book a little bit, tell us how it came about, tell us how to get it, and also maybe be able to share some stories on give people information on how they can get their own books out and being published, get their stories out without having to do podcasts, have the written word out there. So Ben, let's lay it on the people, my friend.
Back in 2020 when the pandemic hit, everybody was saying, everybody's grounded. I'm working for ESPN Radio at the time, so I had to get the radio equipment from the studio actually wired at my crib. My kids was loving this stuff. I'm looking like a freaking ESPN studio at the crib. You can imagine having a bunch of, back in 2020, them jumpers were still a lot younger then, man. They were like 9 and 8. So I got a bunch of youngins running around with a bunch of wires and telling them, don't touch it. Yeah, good luck with that. I mean, you wake up, they got the headsets on. And then somebody said something. They said, if you don't come out of the pandemic with the project you always wanted to do, you wasted it. And it hit me. So I go, all right. BJ Bennett, who I wrote the book with, he's a writer. And I said, BJ, man, now was the time, man. And we ain't going to do it now. Now was it. And the reason why, here's the key to getting a book, writing a book. You need to find a ghostwriter. But you need to find a ghostwriter that don't charge you ghostwriter prices. Let me tell y'all something. I am not a writer. My partner BJ is. The average ghostwriter, I looked it up, we Google everything. That thing said 10,000. I said, who? Me? No. So I asked BJ, man, let's do this thing together. Before we did that, I wrote a children's book called Judy and John's Mask. I wrote it with my homegirl Miko Polk out of Nashville, Tennessee. She knew a gentleman by the name of Timothy Bond. He owns a publishing company called Troupe Publishing, based out of Nashville, Tennessee. I would urge if you want to write a book, go through Troupe. I believe in Tim. This is why I believe in Tim. If you call Tim, Tim's gonna pick up. Not his secretary, not a publicist. Hello. What's up, Tim? This Marv. What's up, Tim? This Steve. Hey, man, this is what he told us. He said, Ben, just get the transcript to me and just watch me do what I do. The reason why I say you want to go through a guy like Timothy Bond and Truvine is this. Do not give your book to these Amazons and that you are one small, very, very small entity to this big company. I did a bunch of research on who should I go with. There was a gentleman who I interviewed who wrote a book, and he went through Amazon. Do you know that Amazon told him you don't get to put the book out when you want to? I want to put the book out on Dad's birthday when he don't care, because you ain't Barack Obama, you ain't Michelle Obama, you ain't Will Smith. These people are celebrities. We are one. They say like 1 million books or something get put out every year. This is the key to writing a book. Ghostwriter, somebody write the foreword, get the manuscript sent in to your editor. Because a book process doesn't start until you get it to that editor. Think about this. There are people that spell John J-O-N. There are people that spell John J-O-H-N. You got to get that right? There are people that do things a lot of different ways, but the greatest thing about a book is this. This is why you write a book. Simple and plain. You got a story to tell that people want to read, and that's the only way people can take you home with it. I met Marvin at an event. You know, I saw him. Hey, man, I want to know more about you. Oh, man, I got a book. Hey, Steve, man, I mean, you got to have a book. That is your portrait, and it's fun, man. It's been out since 2021. It got published. It got written in 2020. It got published in 2021, September. I remember being in Tampa, visiting my daughter at the hotel, man, can't sleep. Wake up, type in Uncommon Unfinished. There go Walmart, there go Target, there go Books A Million, there go Barnes & Noble, there go Amazon, there go eBay. And then the reviews start coming out. And everybody like what they see. And here's another reason why we should write a book. Everybody, especially you, Marv, you may be the only way your family story gets out. You may be the only way it gets out. And look at it like this. Somebody told me this. Hey, man, what if somebody's writing a book about you right now? And you got to go read about yourself. You ain't going to like what you read because you're like, that ain't even true. Well, you tell the story. That's simple. You tell it. Because, Marv, if they say one thing about your dad that ain't true, you're like, wait. That didn't happen like that. That's why a book is important. It's not arrogance. It's not ego. It's saying, your son get to say, Daddy, man, my granddaddy was like that, man. He was more than that. And next thing you know, you now we talk about another environment. Now you an author. Now, Marv, you sitting there, Steve, y'all sitting there, and you got to do people talking about, tell us about chapter 6 when you said, and you sitting there amongst people you would have never, this ain't sports fans. These are readers. I got to do I'm doing a book signing here. I can do, because I'm at Barnes & Nobles, I can do a book signing at any Barnes & Nobles across the country. I just got to let them know I'm coming, let them know when I want to. And people say, well, why would you do something like that? Well, if I do a book signing, right, and I just say, hey, coach, what's the nearest college or university here? Oh, man, we got this and we got that. Hey, I'm going to need y'all to come out. How many players y'all got? Oh, man, we got about, 150 of them. I got books for all of them. You gonna give them all books? Yep. Why? Because I can. But they got to stand in line to get it signed. So now I got the biggest ambassadors in the city standing in line to meet me to sign my book. And next thing you know, you build your audience. And people say that stuff don't work. Oh, it works. I did that in Savannah, Georgia, and I sold 600 books that day because I got Savannah State in the line with me. Right? Marv, I want you to do it, man, because every time I see you, man, obviously I didn't know your dad, man, but I want to know. Real talk. Like, and when you putting a book out, it's like a rapper or a singer putting a song out. When you put it out, the feedback you get gonna blow. My kids section in the book is called the Binions because my BJ's dad, Papa B, that's what he called my kids. Think about when he reading my book and he don't think I'm going to put him in my book. Think about when the guy that wrote the foreword in my book name is Andre Jummer. I'm from Swainsboro, Georgia. He's from Millen, Georgia. Millen is smaller than Swainsboro. This boy used to go uptown with his grandma and his sister, and they would dig in the trash or whatever they would salvage. That's what they ate. That's who Uncommon Unfinished. He the one came up with the book with the title, and I made him write the foreword, which means the people that I cherish, we tied together for life. I'm putting you. I got teammates in my book that never made no Pro Bowls and no Super Bowls. I got people, they read the book saying, boy, you put me in your book. Yeah, boy, you changed my life, man. The kind of stuff you said to me and did for me. Mom got her own section. Dad got the first line in the book is, I promised my dad I'd never go to jail. That's the first line in the book. Because people thinking it's gonna be a football book. No, man, it's a story between a young man, me, and a grown man being my daddy and having friction, trying to grow up, trying to learn about life with the man that I cherish the most, who wasn't there when I need. Man, it's dope. I mean, even sitting back on it now, man. I hope I did it justice, man. I didn't make it about no touchdowns or no. No. If I want to do that stuff, that gloating stuff, that happens when everything on me is great. I'm in my 70s and 80s, and the clock is ticking. Right now, Marvin, while you got that fresh energy in you, man, let me tell you about my pops. And let me tell you what a ghostwriter does. A ghostwriter, you can give them 15 bullet points. They can give you a whole book. That's all I did. Me and BJ said, tell me about chapter 1, man. Chapter 1, man, I want to talk about this. He like that. BJ said, you remember, I don't know how it was with you, Marv, but remember when in college we had to write them 500, the 1,000-word papers, right? Double space, right? And I'm going back counting how many words I got, 600. BJ said he could write a 1,000-word paper in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Because he's a writer. So I say that to say I got a publisher for life. I'm gonna put out 2 books. I got my children's book. I got this book. So when my next book coming out, which is gonna be called True Athlete, Troupe Publishing, I got the publisher's cell phone number, not a 615. What's up, Tim? Hey man, and here's free game. Tim told me he can make your book into a movie if you want him to. He has that type of capability. So I challenge everybody to write a book because that's the only way people gonna kind of halfway know how you think. They don't really know us. But when I put something out like that, they say, hey, man, you wrote this? Yeah. Hey, man, you really meant what you said in chapter 6? Yeah. What you meant by that? Because I'm walking out of book signings with people who only want to be writers. Hey, man, how did you get your book published? Man, I was living in Brunswick, Georgia, right beside St. Simon Island, which is one of the richest places to live in America, richer than the Hamptons. Michael Jordan and them got houses over there. When we were trying to, kind of market the book, we was getting a lot of pushback. Because, we over there with, $30 and $40 million homes. So they like, what's your name again? I'm looking up. Now, this is before the book comes out. Steve, this is before the book comes out, Marv. My homeboy BJ pissed. I'm just sitting there. Being a former player, I know how you don't look the part. It's like the pretty woman, Julia Roberts. I don't look the part. What the hell he doing in here? That's before the book come out. Book comes out. Go back in the same store. She like this. What's the name of? Oh, shoot. Oh, your book is at Target? Your book is at Walmart? Your book is at Books and Barnes? Yeah. And they said, well, I said, okay, well, if you want to get your book in the store, I said, I don't want it there. I'm good. BJ, I said, dude, listen to me, man. Stop wanting to be a part of stuff that people don't want you to be a part of. You ain't proving no point. Do you know the lady who was talking trash to us got fired? The owner reached out and said, hey, Ben, were you in my store? Man, I apologize, man. Had a book signing at that store and sold 200 books. I'm telling you, and I don't. Do I try to generate revenue through my book? No. I use it when I get a chance to do speaking engagements. If I say something intriguing that you kind of remember, they say, hey, man, how do I get in contact with you, man? Get a book. Oh, you got a book? Yeah. You wrote this? Yeah. And then they get to looking it up. Next thing you know the wife, you love it. The wife, you be like, how many books you sold today? Hey, man. So Marvin, Steven, I'm telling you, every time I see my book, man, it's humbling. The reason why I call it Uncommon and Unfinished is because I believe that's everybody. I believe all of us are uncommon. I believe all of us, you finish when they put that dirt on you. I was going to call my book Only One Dash, but I didn't call it that. And the reason why I was going to call it that was, you got a tombstone. You got 2 dates on it. Date when you were born, date when you died, you got that dash in the middle. That's your life. Now, I'm not saying I won't write a book like that. Well, I ain't writing nothing. BJ gonna write it. BJ know I love him. I ain't writing nothing. If I wrote it, it ain't coming out because I don't even know how many chapters I got. But I will say it's one of the most humbling pieces of art I've ever done because people get to know about my dad and my mom and my sister and my brother and my kids and my struggles and my teammates. And in my whole book, you might get 10 football references in a book that big. And people going, hey, man, why don't you write about the time you was doing this, doing that? I said, you got YouTube for that, partner. You got Wikipedia for that. I want you, here's the thing. My name is Benjamin. My family calls me Benny. The world calls me Ben. I wanted to introduce them to me. Benjamin. You know how many of my friends like, your name Benjamin for real? Yeah, boy. They've been knowing me for 20-something years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I thought your name was Ben. Like, nah, man, that's what the world know me as. Like, and it's cool, but I got kids, and I hope I did them jokers. They bigger now, and this. Think about this. I was divorced, man, when I wrote my book. So I'm trying to not talk about that because my kids gonna read this. I don't want to talk bad about me and the mom, but I'm remarried. So you know I got to write another one. If the ex-wife is in this book and I got a current wife, she, my current wife ain't saying that. She's like, I read your book, did you? She read that section. So I gotta make sure my wife named Cheryl and my mom named Cheryl. It's spelled the exact same. That's a book within its freaking self. Please write a book, Marv. Please write a book, Steve. I'm about 10 copies of it. But the reason why, and listen, because guess what? You already got a publisher. The hardest part about a book is getting somebody to publish your book. You already got one. His name is Timothy Bond, True Vine Publishing. I could call him right now, right here on this show. I say, yo, Tim, well, I got 2 new, send them to me. I'm telling you, God has blessed me to be able to have, I don't know these other publishers, man. I feel like Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. I got a dude, Troupe. Man, just give it to me. I got you. I gave it to him. That's how I got into all them stores y'all see. That's Tim. I ain't do none of that. I wrote the book. I picked the color. Now, when the color first came out, the color was in black and red. I know I'm a Falcons fan, but them Georgia colors, oh, hell no. I'm not doing no black and red, but we're not doing that. That's how I end up being orange and blue. But, Marv, I can see your face. Pick you a title. Get you a go. You can write your book yourself. I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm telling you, remember, what is this? This is this March 25th, 2026. Whenever you put pen to paper and you ready to send it in, I'm going to say, Tim, I'm going to get your Marv number. Y'all, it's going to be between y'all. And next thing you know, I'm going to be like, Marv, have your book up. Man, my book is 5 years old because I made the decision to write it. And it's humbling, man. Football was cool, type of things I do. But if I got a prospect come to my crib or something, or I'm talking to a kid, they say, hey, man, Mr. Troupe, how do I be seen as more than an athlete? Show the world who you really are. Talk to them. You don't want people to see you as just an athlete? Yeah. He said, how do I do that? I said, when you're sitting there with your girlfriend having pillow talk and she know you really like Disney movies? Yeah. Tell the world. Why? Because Disney might want to do an endorsement with you. They'll do that. I don't know. I don't work for Disney. I say, but I'm not trying to limit my possibilities just because I play football. Football open more doors than I went to. You went to SC. You tell me you went to SC, they're gonna look what? They're gonna. That's SC is bigger than the Jets, the Giants, the University of Florida is bigger than the Titans, the Bucks. Our colleges are bigger brands than the NFL. Now, certain teams, I get it. People say, you went to the university, you played for the Trojans? Yeah. You played for the Trojans? Yeah. Oh, shoot. Got him. And so that's what I do now, man. When I get to go, I'm going to go speak at a college in coastal Georgia, which is in Brunswick, next month, because the president reached out to my homie BJ, who still lives there. He said, yo, Ben, he said, you think Ben to come down to speak? I went down and met him. He said, Ben, the next time you come down, mind you, I'm there for free. And when I come back, I'm not there for free. You know what he said? Hey, BJ, how many books he wants to purchase? He said he wants you to purchase for all the student athletes. That's not even counting your fee. And now, and I said, and I'm going to put like 5 of them in the library. And all I'm going to do, I got a bunch of boxes in there full of books. I done sold a bunch, but write your book, man. Like I say, just write it. I mean, it's and watch what it does for your children. They're gonna be like, my dad is a freaking uncle, dude. I mean, Steve, I just saw you. Steve, how old is your son? When you were standing there next to him, I'm like, what?
He's 14.
All I'm saying is this.
He only turned 14 in October.
every time we do something outside of what our kids think we superheroes because they see us on these, they see us every day and the type of things we doing. What you think gonna happen to your kid if they walking up to a Barnes and Noble's not realizing you got a book sign and it's a big old picture of you? They're like, Dad, you got a son today? Yeah. Wait a minute, is this line for you? Yeah. What the Dad, who are you? Are you famous? I said, no, I'm not famous, and you ain't getting a new iPhone either. No, you sure ain't. I'm telling you, it's humbling, especially for you, Marv, because like I say, your legacy is different than mine. My son got the same name as me. And, he played football like me, but he wasn't alive when I was playing. And so now he's saying, man, I see my dad. My dad got the Uncommon Crew. I've been to it. My dad got a book. My mama bought a copy. My grandparents bought a copy. My daddy keep turning the pages, seeing how much he can do, And now that I know how to do books, the key to writing a book is a publisher. Get somebody, and you already, like I say, I don't know all these publishers. May God bless them. I got a publisher that's extraordinary, man. He'll come on here and talk to us like I'm talking to us now. He'll come on here and like I say, I mean, if I go see a president of a college and I hand him my book and he say, hey, man, I appreciate it. Oh, man, you going to just give me this? You going to autograph it? How else he going to remember me? You know how many people a president of a college meet? Too many. But he said, Ben, I want you to come back and do a fireside read, a fireside read in front of the faculty, in front of the student body. It's just you and me. So I'm up there, former athlete, talking to the president of the college, and he paid me to come. So you know what I'm saying? It's some keep building your resume. Plus, the memories that you think you done lost. Boy, you get to write that book. That's the hard part, though. Trying to get it all in there. Because I forgot about you. Look, you gonna disappoint some people now. Everybody think they're gonna be in your book. Hey, Steve, man, I thought you gonna. It's hard because I got a big family. My mama told me I don't really care what you do with your book. Just make sure I got my own chapter. What you mean you don't care what I do with mine? I don't care what you do with it. Just give me my own chapter. And she got her own chapter. She deserved that. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, I thank God for it all the time, man. I really, really do. And it's you host events, Marv. You over one of the biggest chapters in the freaking NFL. Who you think gonna buy your? You see what I'm saying? Who you think gonna buy it first? They don't got a choice. Yo. Before we get started, who ain't got this book yet? Stop playing. If you don't get it for you, get it for one of your brothers. And we want to talk about supporting each other, like we say. Well, that go a bunch, so. And next thing you know, tell your other chapter, say, hey man, make sure you tell your chapter about my book, man. Next thing you know how many? I'm gonna give y'all the key to this. Okay, when you have your own books, you have a website that probably goes to like a Cash App or a PayPal. The reason why you set it up like that is that money goes all to you. When you get Amazon and all that kind of stuff, you get a portion of it. But just say your book going for $25, $35, and just say you come home, Marv, you check the email. Oh shoot, I done sold 10 books today. That's all you. But here's the key. You go to like a Walmart or somewhere, you get you like the little packages that got the to and from. It's like they got like the little bubble wrap on the inside. They cost like, you can get like 10 of them for about like $4. They cheap. You put your book in there, but you always put something extra in there, like a card or something to say thank you, right? When you go to the post office, not UPS, not FedEx, go to the post office and tell them this is media mail. Media mail is cheaper. They go say, oh, you got a book? Yeah. I've been doing it a long time, man, like I say. And next thing you know, it's this G. You sell so many books, you go to the same post office, just say they see you in the line. They'll say, yo, Mom, I got you. You got some books? Yeah, we got you. What? We got you. Because it's already to and from. Because I just interviewed the head coach of the University of Florida on my other podcast, 84 Reasons. What you think about the send? See what I'm saying? Like, how else he gonna remember me? This dude talk to people every day, all day, and we played in the SEC around the same time. And what's up, Coach Summerall? Man, I appreciate you coming on. I got you because I got his SID. That's Sports Information Director. It's like a book is like having a real nice car, and you know Shorty like it. You know she like, oh, you know, wait till I pull up on her. Let's see, cause it's a business card. Who got a better business card than 200 some pages all year? Who got something better than that? And even if I got people that have put my book, you know how the people got Adam Schefter and got the books behind them. Sometimes you might go on a podcast, somebody got your book behind it as they freaking background. So I challenge y'all to do it, man. It's once you do it, because I know y'all probably got some books you want to write. You don't want to write a book, you want to write more than one. Got to write the first one. And Steven, Marv, I don't know what to impress y'all. But you type in your book online and it pop up on all these. I'm like, what the? I'm like, this is crazy. I'm waking my daughter up I'm like, look, Daddy in Target. She like this, okay. But yeah, man, I appreciate it, Steve, man. Give me the time, man, to just let people know I'm either more than an athlete or I'm not. And nothing wrong with athletics. I love it. That's how I introduce myself to the world. But my book is how people get to know me. And I want to know about Marvin Powell. I done heard enough about Marvin. I want to know Irv Gotti. What? And I know you and I know you think that ain't nothing, dude. That ain't nothing. So and I had a Lincoln Continental with the suicide door. You can fit about 2-3 people in them trunks. The trunks deep, and they open up this way. But yeah, man. But no, man, make sure listen, everywhere books are sold, man. Uncommon Unfinished, the Ben Troupe Store, BJ Bennett. Hashtag be uncommon to be forgotten. I plan on being remembered. And look out for the next book. Uncommon Unfinished. And right there at the bottom with BJ Bennett, I made sure that if the book did not have him on the cover, I wouldn't have put the book out because BJ's real humble. He wouldn't. He ain't want. I said, dude, you wrote the book. And the orange and blue colors represent orange and blue skies. Went to the University of Florida, so that's easy to put them colors together. And my next book, Dear Student Athlete, I don't know when it's coming out. Hopefully this year. It'll come out when BJ get done writing it. How about that? Because if it's up to me, it ain't coming out. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, make sure keep striving for more, man. I mean, people really, really talented out. There's people that can sing and play instruments.
I'm gonna just say it like this, Marvin. You got to do it, brother. You got.
No, I tell you this, Ben. When I first saw you had a book, that hit me. It did. It hit me, man. It hit me, and it inspired me, man. I was like, wow.
I got you. When you ready to write it, you listen, Marv. You already got a publisher. Listen to me. And here's the thing. I didn't know it was that hard to get publishing. Now It's hard. Publishing is hard. But my homie Miko, man, I think she went to school with Tim. They went to Auburn. God bless when people make mistakes. But you know what I'm saying? And now that I got a publisher, having a publisher is like having a producer. Once you get one, I got one. And I'm good. And so, yeah, Marv, I'll say, so hashtag Marv, listen, Marvin Powell for the Hall of Fame, the Marvin Powell book. I don't know what you're going to call it, but whatever you're going to, I'm just looking for that way. What's going to happen, Marv, when I say, yo, Marv, and when I got these people up here, I was telling them about you, man. They want you to do a book sign. Is it cool if I give them your number so they can call you? Yeah, cool. They say, free. People gonna pay you.
This is why we do this stuff, to share this information, to make sure. And it's not even just like about Ben selling books. It's about maybe there's an athlete that happens to come through this, and they don't know the process to go through to kind of get something like that accomplished. So. I'm glad Marvin brought it up before we came on air to talk about this.
Yeah, man. Listen, humble.
And we're holding you to this, Marvin. You got to get these wheels.
I'm about to say, Marvin. Listen, because once you tell Tim, when you say, "Hey, Tim, I'm Marvin, I want to put out a book," he gonna call you every day like you owe him child support. He gonna, "Hey, Marv, what's up with the book?" He's trying to keep you because that's what he does, right? But he's really, really good at telling you the process. Like any question you have, he will answer. And he ain't gonna lie to you. And he's going to say, this is your book. It's going to come out when you want it to come out. It's going to say what you wanted to say. It's going to say it how you want. I am not here to tell you what to do with your book. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help guide you. Because certain publishers, they'll rip your book up. You give it to them, they'll give it to you like how English professors do. It ain't like how you said that. They don't do that over there. They ain't taking nothing out. And when you say every punctuation is there, every dot, and T and all that, next thing you know, he'll say, you have to get the first version. So you got somebody show up to your house on a random day, FedEx, whomever, and you go, oh, thank you, sign for it, and you open up the box, it's your book, you're like, oh, like it's gonna hit you, like, oh shoot, because you get the first copy. And you like, oh.
Yep.
Then, depending on how many books you get, because when they brought, I bought a bunch of them. They brought my books on like a crate. The dude like, yo, I'm here with your books, and he pulling up in like a FedEx truck that he bringing it down. I'm like, yo, you want me to leave it right here in your front yard? I go, yeah. And you know they got it all saran wrap. You cut it off, and you taking all these boxes in, right? And you going, bruh, I'm an author for life. So when people go author, speaker, athlete, father, it's like, dude, you wrote a book. I don't know what it is about being an athlete. People say, you wrote a book? They're like, yeah, you wrote a book?
Surprised that we can write at all.
No.
Right?
Surprised that we can write. Like, what's the y'all ever seen the movie, what's it called? A Quiet Place. You ever seen that movie?
No.
You ever seen the movie A Quiet Place, Steve?
No, sir.
Hold on. I'm trying. It's
like Narcos?
No. It's like a scary movie. It's like,
I was a joke. I know.
Hold on. What's the funny dude name? What's the young dude name on The Office? He's the young dude, real popular. Y'all ever seen The Office?
I'm proud to say
another one. Yeah.
I never seen Friends or The Office, and I'm proud to say it.
Hold on. The Quiet Place. The cast. Do you know who Emily Blunt is?
Yes. That's Ryan Reynolds' wife.
No, that's not. That's John Krasinski.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
So John Krasinski, I can't say his name right. Butcher his name. She was doing a movie, and he tried to go on set, and obviously he's famous, but the security guard. He didn't
believe that it was his wife. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so he said, who you here to see? Emily Blunt. He's like, yes. I'm her husband. He was like, you, man, go. It's like that's what it's like having like a book, because you know what's crazy? You know how we got critics, right? Oh, these book critics serious now. Like the ones that like Rotten Tomatoes, you got book critics. So I've been places where I had to let them know, hey, bro, this ain't what you used to now. Don't come up in here. Don't think I don't even know you to be like, oh my God, that's the biggest book critic. That's the Siskel and Ether. I don't give a look. You came to my event, be nice. Be nice. Because you will have the critics come out and say, well, Ben, you think you're gonna write this or write that. I said, listen, man, just keep reading, keep buying. Don't worry about what I'm gonna do. Don't watch me watch TV, man. I am here because I represent Swainsboro, Georgia, a town of about 6,500 people, and most of those people will never leave those city limits. So I'm always thinking about them. My parents still live right down the street from my nonprofit that I have, and where I'm from, we eat red clay. Where I'm from, we ain't got no rivers. We got ponds. We got ditches. We don't got no lakes. I'm just saying, most people where I'm from ain't never been on a plane before. They ain't never been to the ocean before. They ain't never, and they never will. But some of the best people you ever gonna meet, man. I mean, where I'm from, it's so small that when you go to the prom, this is no lie. You go to the prom, you put on your suit, take a picture, go to Shorty's house, pick her up, take pictures, come back to your house, take pictures with her. You get to go to the gym, and do you know a lot of the city get to come to the gym and see you and your date? They'll announce you and your date, and people just go home. So, hey man, I represent those people. So if people think, Ben, you want to be a New York Times bestseller, I don't want to be a Philadelphia bestseller. I just want to be able to put my book out. Whatever it does, it does. If it sells a bunch, it's cool. I say, but
And,
my
and
kids.
speaking of which, did y'all see Jalen Hurts' children's book was number 2 on New York Times bestsellers list last week?
Really?
I love to hear it.
Jalen, keep doing your thing, Jalen, man. Jalen is a that's another thing too, Marvin. I got a children's book. That's
another reason why I mentioned it, because
that's another can of worms now. But your kids are younger. They like 13, 14,
10 and 13.
So think about, my dad got a children's book, and now I got to talk about that. It's dope, man. I mean, you reading your children's book to a bunch of kindergartners, and they going, listen, and you know what the kindergartners say? Do we get a book? That's all they care about. Wait a minute. Do we get one? And you go, yeah. They go, yeah. You know how to do, yeah. And think about this. You take a picture with a bunch of 5-year-olds holding your book up like this, saying, "Cheese, man." I ran out of those. Them things, they're gone. Them children's books.
All right.
A mom
we
about
got like 9 more topics I still want to get to. I want to see if we can bust through.
Thank you for sharing, Ben.
Yeah,
that was good, man. I appreciate that.
I'm looking forward to the book, Marvin. I'm just letting you know I'm looking forward to it.
So we'll start off with what was the headline for this week's show. And it's been a nutty offseason with trades and re-signings, and some people staying in their cities and taking less money, and then we have guys that are just going out and getting bags. Well, let's talk about the man himself, Jaxon Smith-Njigba, right? He just signed a 4-year, $168.5 million contract with about $120 million in bonuses. It is now the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history. Start off with Marvin on this one. You think it's smart getting ahead of this? I mean, obviously it is a record-breaking deal, but he was last year's offensive player of the year. Absolutely deserved it. Super Bowl champion, all that stuff. Did Seattle get in front of it? Did they overpay? How are you feeling on this contract section with Seattle?
I don't think you overpay when you get what you want. When you get what you need, when you get something that has the impact that this player has had. Listen, I think they just added like $20 million to the salary cap. Those numbers just continue to go up. It's market value. You know what I mean? He got paid what they thought he was worth. This was a mutual agreement. They said, "Hey, here's the number." He said, "Okay," and it was all good. This guy's a phenomenal player. He's a guy that you can lean on the offense. They have a running back. Well, they just lost a running back actually, but they got to figure that out. But they have a quarterback. They got a quarterback in Sam Darnold. You want to keep him going. You want to keep that deep threat there. You want to keep that constant receiver there. I mean, he delivers, man. JSN is the real deal. I have no issue with this. What I think about when I hear you say he's the highest paid player at the position, just to kind of tell you how times has changed. In the 1980s, my dad was the highest paid offensive lineman at like $475,000. This dude's getting $45 million a year. Boy, between inflation and just, that cap, boy, times have changed. But good for him. Good for his family. Yeah. The reality is, and listen, I've always said with the NFL salary cap, them owners and GMs, they find a way to pay who they want to pay regardless of their situation. They always find a way to get the money to the dude who they want to get the money to. So good for that brother. I'm happy for him. He earned it. He was outstanding in college. He's only gotten better and played consistently in NFL. He's a difference maker for sure. Kudos to him.
Now, Ben, you were hyping up Jaxon. Good part of all of last season, even before Seattle made their Super Bowl run. What are your thoughts on the extension?
I'm super duper happy for him. He played his best football in a contract year. Offensive player of the year, knowing that I was trying to get that bag. He was going to get the bag either way, but he just solidified it. He made it so that there is no doubt. I'm offensive player of the year. He seems to be the type of player that loves his teammates and they love him. He doesn't seem like he wants to rock, but he know he gonna get the rock. And I mean, he'll route you up too. JSN will route you up. The first time I seen JSN was in that bowl game. I think he went for like over 300 yards receiving. I said, "Who was this kid?" Sierra Leone, man, stand up. No, I'm JSN, and he's only 24 years old. Yep. So he's gonna play out this contract and be ready to sign another one if he keeps on balling like this. But I look at JSN, he's a first-team All-Pro. I put him right there with, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. That guy, he's nice, man. And winning the Super Bowl, getting your money, because everybody left. Lockett left. DK Metcalf left. Like a lot of the guys that mentored him and showed him the ropes, they gone. And now he's the oldest guy in the room. And I'm one of the oldest guys in the room, and I'm 24 years old, but as far as like experience. Sam Darnold happy that he got his money. Ernest Jones and that defense happy that he got his money. The NFC West wish he didn't got it. They wanted him gone. I want JSN out of this division. But no, he earned it. He deserves it. And sometimes great things happen to great people. He got a Super Bowl championship. He's reestablishing a different culture. He wasn't around with beast mode and all them. That guy was probably still in high school when they was doing that, getting ready to go to college. And to reestablish the 12th man, obviously Kenneth Walker was a Super Bowl MVP. Sam Darnold is the quarterback, but to me, he's their best offensive player. It's JSN. He's the one that makes everything go. Happy for him. Adam Schefter probably saw it come through his phone like, God, let me report it. Let me put it out, in the sports world. But no, he earned it and happy for him. And to the receivers coming behind him, that's waiting for their big check. I mean, do you find it to be coincidental that he just happened to have his best year with Cooper Kupp as his teammate? Former Super Bowl MVP? Hello? Hey, just saying.
I don't think that's a coincidence.
I'm just saying. So, but congratulations to him.
Now we're going from one of the younger guys to one of the older guys as Kelsey has re-upped. Basically a 3-year deal. I know a lot of people think this is going to be his last season. So the way it's structured that way that those last 2 years could be dead years, so to speak. But no more retirement rumors now there in Kansas City with Travis re-up. And Ben, your thoughts?
To watch the player Travis Kelce has become coming out of Cincinnati. Remember when he got drafted? He's one of the greatest. So I'm considering him the greatest. When you look at his resume and his body of work and what he's doing, Patrick Mahomes told Travis, man, we can't end like this. Listen, I know you're getting ready to get married and planning this probably $50 million wedding in a remote location, in Australia or something. Dude, give me one more year. Give me one more year. That way we can go out the way we want to go out. Travis Kelce can do a masterclass in route running. He be routing these safeties and linebackers up. I'm happy that they read up. I mean, when I think about Kansas City, I think about 3 people. I think about Andy Reid. I think about Patrick Mahomes. I think about Travis Kelce. And that's taking nothing away from Tony Gonzalez. I never thought that a tight end, not necessarily numbers, but can supersede what Tony Gonzalez has done. Now, you're not going to get as many catches and yards now. Tony Gonzalez, I think, is 3rd all time in catches behind Larry Fitzgerald and obviously Jerry Rice. But no, I'm happy for Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce has gotten more fame in the last 2 years than he ever had. It had nothing to do with football. You know how many young girls play? Do you know that Taylor Swift fiance plays football? Yeah, I said it was Travis. But no, congratulations to Trav. Be on the lookout for Kansas City now. Because, yes, I know that Justin Fields is there. We don't know how many games you're going to have to be in insurance till Patrick Mahomes comes back. But Kelce knows. Travis Kelce is just like Gronk and Tom Brady. We're going to be tied to the hip. As long as you're doing it, I'm doing it. You coming back, let's rock. The only thing is, man, Travis, I think, is going to be like 36, 37. Your body don't respond the same the closer you get to 40s. But hopefully he's drinking his milk, some active or whatever. But yeah, happy for Trav, and I do think it's going to be a 1 year. The 3 years, 50-something million. I think 2026 might be it because he said that Taylor told him to come back. I don't know how you tell her no, but no, man, I'm happy for him, man. I got the Travis Kelce, man. He's with him, George Kittle, and Greg Olsen do with tight end you in Nashville. Man, I'm so happy about that, man. I wish it was around when I played, man, because I wouldn't have had to travel far.
What about you, Marvin? Your thoughts on Travis Kelce's new contract?
Travis ain't silly. Travis trying to collect these rings. He's thinking about. He's a businessman thinking about after football, and what he realizes is the same thing Tom Brady realizes. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep doing this for as long as I can win these rings, because winning these rings is gonna keep that cash coming in later on. Gonna keep me relevant in every conversation. At the end of the day, the rings is what separates you and puts you in different categories, different conversations, makes you more interesting. People want to hear your perspective, So he's with, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, who may not even be hitting his prime yet when you consider Tom Brady played over 20 years. And that's scary to think that Pat Mahomes might not even be playing his best football yet. So, yeah, he's smart, man. As long as his body can do it, he doesn't feel any crazy head or neck injuries, no spine injuries. His girl's with it. His team wants him back. Yeah, man, good for that's a win for everybody in KC. The fans is happy. He's happy. Pat Mahomes is happy. His teammates is happy. I like how Travis carries himself. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a fan of Travis. I like how he goes about his business. I like his perspective. He's cool. He seems like he's a good dude.
Oh, yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm with it. I think it was good.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. Another year of Travis Kelce in the NFL isn't bad. I know everyone gets mad because all the Swifties get involved, and we're always going to Taylor's.
They jealous, Steve. They jealous. They jealous.
In the world right now, of course they're going to put the camera on her.
I mean, Steve, listen. Steven, if you're dating Travis, if you're dating, obviously, Taylor Swift. And then at a certain point, you're going to be like, you're going to get used to telling paparazzi, what are you guys doing here? Can we have lunch? Can we have some dinner, please? But it's what Mom said. Look, if your lady nice, she nice. Last time I checked, I could be wrong. You want to know how? I said, look, the car I drive, that's cool. You want to know how I think? Yeah, look at my lady. Forget me. It don't matter how. No, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Because I have to deal with that nonsense when me and my wife be or Marvin, maybe you get this. People see your kids. You got beautiful children. And those are your children. No, I just go everywhere with them. I'm like, yeah. And they looking at you. I said, look. I said, it's who you partner with, not that you partner. You partner with the right ones, man. Hey, man. Listen, when Bam and Asia, when they have that baby gonna be whoop, that baby gonna be 7'12". Because I'm just saying. So Travis Travis, I said, Travis know this. The greatest thing Travis ever did, he said, man, you think I can get Taylor? I don't know, man. Go talk to her. Hey, what's going on? I'm just saying, Travis put a ring.
Shot the biggest shot ever, man.
I'm just saying. I said, Trav, man, listen. I know you got the Super Bowls and all that kind of stuff, but you winning. We Jason Verlander. We ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Now, on the receiver note, AJ Brown's been all in the news. This past week, we were hearing he's got degenerative knee injuries after the Rams get involved. But yesterday, he gets reunited with his boy. They bring in one of his college roommates, and then the Philadelphia media does some nonsense. Oh, well, this means that he's gone now, right? You bring in Elijah Moore, you bring in Hollywood Brown. AJ Brown's gone now, right, man? They need to stop with this. They just brought in the dude's best friend. Him and Jalen are probably two of the more polarizing guys at their position, but they've always been friends. You've never seen AJ Brown go out there and throw Jalen under the bus, sitting there saying that he has a problem with Jalen. It's always been about the system that AJ Brown has, but they are collecting a decent wide receiver core there with the new scheme and all. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Does this make you feel like AJ is trade is inevitable to happen, or is this more a common of the waters type of situation? Let's start off with Marvin.
I feel like the Philadelphia Brass, they've been asked the questions about AJ, and I've heard between Howie Roseman and the head coach, I feel like I've heard them kind of non-committal, and I've heard them, also say the right things. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you like this: what pisses me off about AJ Brown, he does these commercials. Fine, make your money, that's cool. He's kind of smug in these interviews. And he allows there to be this idea that maybe he's not happy, maybe he has an issue with the quarterback, maybe he's like the offense. But then in his last game, when he's missing in action, dropping balls, he don't want to answer no questions. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to talk to the media. That's how I think about AJ Brown. Is he going to be traded? I think anybody's on the table. Howie Roseman's a genius. He's a genius. He knows what he's doing. AJ Brown might not be good for the culture of that organization. I don't know. AJ Brown may have some serious trade value. I don't know. At the end of the day, we're all commodities. I mean, during the season, it's a family and all that stuff. But in the off season, everything's on the table. Everybody's on the table. You know what I'm saying? And as you approach this draft, and he looks for opportunities to bring some players in there, it wouldn't shock me if they moved him. And I think they'd be fine without him. Because I think I think the GM has built a great roster. And this guy, to me, I'm going to call him inconsistent for what his last game was. You know what I mean? I mean, you needed him to be that dude in that last game. He dropping balls and don't want to talk about it. So I don't know if all this means he's out, but it wouldn't shock me. I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't be upset.
Ben.
Yeah, here's the thing about AJ. AJ is one of the best in the league, bar none. But AJ gives a lot of mixed messages. And the thing is, once I commit to you, I got to deal with you. And here's the thing about AJ. No, on the field, you know what he is as long as he's getting the rock. This is what I think Howie Roseman is doing. I don't think Howie Roseman is building his team to build around no guy. It's something that you said, Steve, you said, Devonta could be a number one. I said, oh, yeah. You like, oh, yeah, he could be a number one. And I think it was always grooming him to be a number one, right? I don't know what's going to happen with A.J. Brown, but I would not be surprised if you guys did move him for this reason. Joe Montana got traded. Jerry Rice got traded. Nobody is above getting traded. Here's the thing about AJ, though. You know what AJ is benefiting from? That freaking culture. You can say whatever you want, AJ. That culture, they love it. And they're going to a new offense. I'm looking at the type of receiver y'all getting. Hollywood Brown. I don't know, Christopher. We'll see. Because here's the thing, right? You always got to think about the future in the present. I always got to be thinking, N'Kobe Dean gone. Did anybody bat an eye? No, because you got Howie. Howie's getting on my nerves. That's what's getting on my nerves. Because you got Hollywood Brown, you talk about Elijah Moore, you talk about bringing back, Dallas Goedert who taking less. They're building this offense to not have to, as long as Jalen is there to distribute the football, and if the running game gets back to 2026 what it did in 2024, don't got to be 2,000 yards. They're telling AJ how I can make up your production with two guys. It might not be one guy. So I do think AJ should be careful because these podcasts, that stuff ain't good. When you down there in the raw room, you down over there with Gronk and them, I'm like, dude, what are you? I get a Max.
I'll tell you this much: I don't think New England will ever meet the price. He can wish his way on a falling star. I don't think it's going to be New England.
You know what? This is what's gonna happen. The Titans need to just say we messed this up. Just, because I'll never get over Mike Vrabel letting AJ.
I don't think he let it. Like if I remember correctly, he was P.O.
Well, what it was is
war room.
They wanted to give him 17. He wanted 20, and they told him, "Well, that's too high." Howie was like, Howie said, "They too high. That's what they told you." Man, you come on over here to death row. I mean, Philadelphia. We'll take care of you. And all I'm saying is, AJ isn't helping his cause because once the antics become too much, look, man, I can love you as a player, but guess
what happened to C.J. Gardner-Johnson?
And where did Blankenship go? Where did he go? Houston. So I think you guys got the type of culture in Philadelphia. The culture is worth salvaging. No one player is finna mess that up because that's what you're building every year. And A.J. Brown is a really, really good receiver, man. Ain't nobody taking – no one's questioning his talent. I'm questioning his motives. I'm questioning, dude, Nick Sirianni needs calm waters. We don't need no choppy waters, dude. We got a bunch of alpha male. Let me say this about the alpha male thing in the NFL. Everybody in the NFL is alpha male. We just act differently. Everybody ain't demonstrative with their – you can't play football and be rap tight. How many times I got to say that? Nobody in the NFL is rap tight. I don't care if they're mild-mannered and they talk like this. They will knock you the hell out and stand over you and say, get the medics. I'm just telling you, that's in the words of Ray Lewis, man, it's a grown man's game. It's a grown man's game, man. So, AJ, you either want to be in Philly, because guess what? They might send you somewhere that don't win at all. Don't play with them now.
I already said I still think Vegas is a viable thing.
Oh, they say there's some nice colors, but you're gonna make a lot of money. But you're gonna.
As we're talking about, demonstrative type people, man. Did y'all see Cam Scatterboo's comments this week?
Man,
he's lost his damn mind. He went out there and basically saying CTE is fake. Boy, somebody needs in New York, the front office is there. Somebody needs to bring him in and sit him down and educate this young man, because I get it. Like, some stuff is done for clicks and stuff like that. I could actually see him feeling this way. But then also you go look at the way him and his boy Jackson Dart plays. You're gonna find out the hard way that CTE is real. You continue to play the game the way you're playing it, but. I'm gonna start off with Ben on this one. Cam Scatterboo, CTE is fake. Thoughts?
Let me just start by saying, Cam, look, you young. You said something stupid, just all the way idiotic, dumb. I am not gonna hold it against you moving forward. But let me tell you what y'all youngers need to stop. Stop playing. Stop playing with people's lives and livelihood, man. That's a different level. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm calling the statement stupid. Stupid as hell. What? No, there are a lot of things in his life that are fake. CTE is not one of them. You think Junior Seau, you think that's how his mama feel, his family feel? You think Aaron Hernandez, you think that's how his family feel? Right? CTE can only be discovered once you dead and gone. They have to wait on you to die, peel back your brain, and then see. Here's the thing about
Mike Fletcher's family feels that way.
Yeah, it's just
Andre Waters felt that way.
And I'm gonna keep saying this. We as either former or current or future professional athletes gonna stick our foot in our mouths a lot. We gonna say things because we in the public eye. But Cam, you gonna have to do some major damage control when it comes to this, because you've lost your mind. What in the world would make you say that? What? Like, and then he said, he didn't just say that. He said, what else did he say? They're making excuses. He said, I think he said CTE is a joke or something about it.
Listen, regardless, it's idiot. You think Tony Martin's family feels that way after what just happened to him this year?
It's on another level of dumb. And Cam, make this right. I don't know how. Look, if you can do this in a way to bring a negative attention to yourself, you're gonna have to get this right. Because I'm like ain't nobody even asked you for that. Like, what? Man, go back to drinking Gatorade out your little cleat or something, man. Like, what are you talking about? Do better, young, and do better. Just do better.
Marvin, your thoughts on Scatterdope's comment?
Young people say young things. Young people just say anything. They don't really have the awareness they need to. It's obvious that even with all the information out there, this is somebody who is drinking that minority Kool-Aid. It's unfortunate, like Ben said, you got people out here who've lost their lives because of this injury, of this head injury, and what comes from it. And it's unfortunate. It is. It's just ignorant, And I'm gonna tell you like this: you got some young linebackers in the NFL who motivated by that. And they gonna say,
Chris is right on top of that. Somebody needs to put his hands
it's coming. It's Cam. Man, I just don't understand. I just don't understand why venture in the waters, man. You know you can't swim in them type of waters, man. What is you talking? And because the person he's saying it to is like, dude, you gonna just, we need to listen. Everything don't need to go viral, man. When do we become? I want to just say anything, sensationalize stuff, just say anything. And Cam, look, and be careful, Cam, because I'm not condoning this, but people got hands for a reason, youngin. Be careful out here in these streets.
What's crazy is the way he plays the game, which I love. I love the way he plays the game. Trust me. I mean, I don't wish this on nobody.
Out one way or another.
My man, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? The way you play the game, Scatterboo, and I love how you play the game.
The fullback from San Francisco. Do San Fran? I mean, not the fullback, but Fred Warner and them. For San Fran, they just say they got to play him in like this. So, because here's the thing, he said it, he apologized for it. Or everybody
he apologized?
Yeah, he apologized. Yeah. Oh. He apologized for it. Yeah, he did. Okay. But you know how it is though, Marv. Hey man, I know you apologize, right? Yeah. Here you go. But that's how you feel.
No one heard the apology, they just heard the comment.
And here's the thing, right? It ain't week one. Wham! No, CT ain't real. Get up. They football players don't need a lot of motivation, man. But if you give me something, them linebackers gonna have Scatterboo on they right up there on their locker going. That's the one that said. It's like this. You know how somebody taps somebody, so that's him right there. That's the one that said. That's him. Yeah. All right. I got you.
But y'all heard what 4-4 said, right? Well, no, what'd he say?
He said real. That? So somebody gonna make him a believer.
I mean, look, it happens. No, say what you just said. No, say it how you said it. You said it right. No, man, no, just say it again. All right. Look, Cam, you're bringing it to yourself. And I'm going to tell you who else you're bringing it to. Your quarterback, Jackson Dart, they're going to be coming for him, too. It's going to be a group effort. And, but, hey. But young people do say young, dumb, idiotic, crazy, stupid things. You need to, man, come on, man. Do your research. You could have said anything but that. Come on, stop.
Now, speaking of idiotic things, want to real quick switch to baseball real fast. Obviously, we're here. It's opening day. Baseball's officially back as we get into today. But came across this little bit of information. In California is in the process of introducing a bill that is going to force the Angels to change their name. And, obviously in reality, the Angels have only been there and were only called just the Angels for, I think, a matter of 7 years. But it looks like there is some type of bill. I don't know if this is about getting a team back into Anaheim, getting rid of the Los Angeles thing, because they were more known for being the Los Angeles Angels than the Anaheim Angels for any point in period of time. But you think that's a little bit silly? Let's start off with Marvin on this one.
I'm not really into a whole lot of government impacting businesses, to be honest with you. I don't believe in a whole lot of hands-on from the government. I think it's silly. I think it's absolutely crazy that they'd mess with $1 billion organization. Let them. It's bad enough that they're in California having to deal, with all those issues. You see all the companies leaving California, right? Yeah. I just think it's dumb. I think that's not a business-minded person at all. And we need more business-minded people running this country, running these states.
And furthermore, I don't care what the reason for is. Like, why are you messing with the Angels out of all the teams?
This is too much.
Offended by the name? Is that what's going on here? Like, I really don't know why it's being done. I just think it's freaking silly.
This is a private company, private organization. I mean, it's silly. It's absolutely silly what they're doing. And I love California. Y'all know I'm a Trojan, born and raised, spent a lot of time in New York, but California means a lot to me. And, but this is dumb, man. Let them Angels be who they are. push their brand, make their money, give people a phenomenal baseball. Well, not phenomenal. Give people a professional baseball product. You got to correct that. I just read a story on Mike Trout and how his whole life was wasted in Anaheim. His whole career.
It has been.
But he got that bag. But he got that bag. So don't. He got that bag, and he chose.
Oh, he can't feel too bad. Exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. I'm not into regulations and hands-on government like that. Not in these type of situations. It's ridiculous.
Ben, your thought? A bill being introduced to remove the Angels likeness from California.
Just another reason to dislike baseball. Baseball. Why baseball won't just for what? Like, okay, change the name to what? For what? Hey man, we're gonna change it to what? Because are you getting me ready to hear a stupid name? Yep, it's finna be something dumb that don't make any sense. Why are we breaking things that ain't broke? Did you just break that? Yeah, it wasn't broke. Yeah, but you what? Y'all are the other team in LA. Y'all the Anaheim Angels. If this was the Dodgers, I get it. It's the Angels.
I would make even less sense if it was the Dodgers.
It's like, we are. No, we talking about expansion teams. I get it. Not teams that's been a part of you want a 30 man. Just once again, photo baseball got to try to ruin like opening day with headlines. You messing me up with this now.
California's doing this, not baseball. Let's be clear about this. If a bill's being passed, it's California doing this, not Major League Baseball.
Gavin Newsom, man, come on, man, what you doing? Like, leave it. Like, come on, listen. You had the politician in Ohio trying to get flag planting ban because Ohio State can't be Michigan. I say, what is this? What we doing? Is this what we do? TSA workers ain't even getting paid, and we talking about, man. We gotta introduce this bill. Just imagine you in California. They're like, we gotta say this. We about to introduce the bill to change the name of the Anaheim Angels to what? To the Anaheim Invisibles, because they invisible. You don't see them. We don't do that much. They're the Caspers.
They are the invisible team out there in LA. If you really think about all the professional teams out there, they probably have the least amount of eyes on this. And this is even a state that you have the Los Angeles Clippers playing in. So let's just keep that in the perspective. I've always loved the Angels. Angels in the outfield.
Beautiful movie.
Awesome kids baseball movie. I'll give them that. But other than that, you had Ohtani and Trout there. You wasted all that. You wasted Trout. Maybe this is a sign that they just need to go, regardless of what our personal feelings on it. But we're talking about opening day, right? Here's some of the opening day matchups. What is really? I already know Marvin out there. He can't wait for the Diamondbacks game, right? But what are some of the matchups that you guys are excited for? Obviously, Phils are playing the Rangers, so Garcia gets to see his former team right off the bat. You got the Braves down there playing the Kansas City Royals. Who are you guys excited about? What are you excited about opening day? I'm going to start this one off with Ben.
Man, I'm always excited to see my Braves opening day, only because the Braves have to keep it honest, man, because no matter what they do, they're going to freaking Dodgers, man. Like, God, it's like no matter what the Braves do, they're going to have to deal with them Dodgers, no matter what. And bigger than who I'm looking forward to seeing, baseball opening day is real similar to the NFL because it's this fake optimism, right? Oh, my God, this could be the year. If your team stunk in 2025, they're going to stink in 2026. I don't care. We got this play. Shohei Ohtani he's the greatest cheat code I've ever seen. This dude can hit like that and pitch like that. That's cheating. I mean, he's him. I'm saying I ain't never seen nobody like this.
We haven't seen anybody. It's been seen before, but not in this era. Not on this level.
I will say this. I know we not too many days removed from the World Baseball Classic, and obviously, USA came up short against Venezuela. We got Ronald Acuña Jr. For them Braves. I'm just looking forward to seeing the age-old myth. Steve, is it pitching or is it hitting? Because it used to be, man, you got these great pitchers, But these bats, I mean, are we here for the long ball? Steve, are you here for the pitching or are you here for the long ball?
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. As much as we might be a baseball purist, we all here for the long ball. We all here for it. Let's be honest. What about you? What about you, Marvin? What are you excited about opening day?
So listen, I do. So look here, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I am football heavy. I am a football heavy. I do like basketball. I love basketball, LeBron. Baseball is definitely my third or fourth sport. Growing up in New York and LA, I do have a certain level of allegiance to the Yankees and to the Dodgers. But I'll be honest with you, man. These Braves fans, I'm in Atlanta. I'm kind of a win in Rome guy. Baseball is not something that I'm super solid about. So I want to see the Braves get off to a win tonight. I do. I expect the Yankees to win this evening. I expect the Dodgers to win their opening game. But I'm out here surrounded by nothing but Braves fans in my neighborhood. Believe me. And
look, we know you LA through it. We know. Listen, we know you. Here's the thing, right?
We could been trying to recruit me. You know what I'm saying?
The Dodgers are
gonna get you under the wing.
The Dodgers are part of the MLB fabric. I ain't taking nothing away from the Dodgers. They got Freddie that man Freeman, Mr. High Waist himself. God, I wish he was still a Brave. I gotta let that go. I'm letting it go. It's fine. It ain't fine.
Ben, you know why you can't let it go, Ben? Because he never wanted to leave. And his agent screwed him.
Listen,
that's the thing.
When he can't,
right?
Yeah, man. Not only did his agent screw him, man. I mean, the agent didn't even tell. How your agent don't even tell you that it's a. I gotta let it go. I mean, he is a.
No, I'm with Ben there. Like, but still, how does that whole thing? How does your agent did he not tell you what you were signing? Like, what was going on?
He didn't know that the Braves wanted him back.
When all that happened, right? Everybody was going crazy telling Freddie Freak, "Oh, you a sellout. You always wanted to be a Dodger." Because we got Matt Olson. Olson was the first baseman of the Dodgers. He comes over to the Braves, so we just flopped, right? And people's like, "Who would you rather have?" I'm like, "Obviously, I'd rather have Freddie Freeman." But when it finally came out that his agent never told him, we was like, "Wait! You didn't tell him?" Because Alex Anthopoulos, the freaking president, people was like going. Man, what people don't realize about Anthopoulos when he came, into the front office, man, he's walking by FBI agents. The Braves front office was whoop. It was crazy. But you know what? The Dodgers keep it honest. Like, I don't care who you are in the National League. If you can't beat the Dodgers, you're not winning it, right? Mm-hmm. You're not winning it. I mean, that team is just Mookie Betts, God, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani. How you going to beat them in the series? Anyway, I am looking forward to opening day. Ronald Acuna Jr., I'm going to need you to stay healthy. I'm looking forward to my Braves getting off to a good start. The Braves are the only reason why I can talk trash as far as professional sports in Georgia. Can't talk trash about the Hawks. Definitely can't. I mean, Atlanta United, that's soccer. May God bless them. And the Falcons, well, they tied for a three-way tie for 8 and 9, and still didn't make the playoffs. So the Braves are all I got. That's kind of all I got. I'll say it
like this, Ben. You should be excited regardless, because I think it is a three-way race for the NL East this year. I don't think that that there's one team that's significantly above the other and is going to run away with that division. I believe it's going to be a good old-fashioned down to the last week slugfest between me, your Braves.
Oh no! I know it is. Oh, you just made me remember. No. You know why I like opening day? Hey, Mets fans, I don't care how y'all start. I don't care. Y'all are going to Met. You're gonna do it. It might take you get 150 games, 160. You're gonna because all that. I think this is gonna be the year.
Listen, Ben's on something. The New York Mets fans are like Dallas Cowboys fans.
They're the worst. They're the worst.
This is that. And then when it gets down to the crunch time at the end, they unravel. They do. So I'm not going to argue with that, but definitely looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun season. It is. We'll see who wins the marathon this year. But I got one more for you before we wrap this one up. I thought this was going to be a fun one. I wanted to kind of get it after Scatterboo, but just because of how it's going to go. But Who is your least favorite professional athlete of all times? Who's the guy that you love to hate? I hate that they put Barry Bonds on this list. I absolutely loathe the fact that they put Barry Bonds on this list. And I'm sure Marvin is just as upset that he see O.J. Simpson at number 2.
Why would you put O.J.? That's just crazy. The guy ran for.
I mean, then you have LeBron, Roger Clemens. I agree with. I don't know why he's hated. He doesn't even get love in Boston anymore. They just did a top 10 list, and they didn't even put Roger Clemens on the darn thing, which I found extremely crazy. Terrell Owens, another one. I don't know why he's on this list. Allen Iverson, another one. I don't know why. Mike Tyson, like I don't know who wrote this list, but it's absolutely like there's so many other athletes that you know people love to hate. I don't see those top 7 names anywhere. It doesn't make sense to me at all. So I want to get your guys' take. Obviously, I think this list is absolutely horrendous. But who is your favorite all-time athlete to hate? The one that just anytime you'd hear their name, that they get brought up in this conversation, that conversation, and it's just you're seeing red. I'm going to start off with Marvin on this. Who is your favorite athlete to hate?
That's tough, man. You know, I didn't play every role in the game, but I've never been a hater. If I had to say anybody, as much as I have admiration for him and I do respect him and I recognize his greatness, I got to say Tom Brady. Yep. He destroyed my Jets for 20 years. He made us look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron's one of my favorite athletes. Mike Tyson is my favorite athlete of all time next to my dad. So that list is insane to me, but I'd have to write it in, Tom Brady, man, just because he broke my heart.
The 10th spot on the list was a write-in. And
yeah, I have to Brady. You know, and again, I got number love and admiration for that dude, man. He did it at a high level, and you know, yeah. I love the way he played the game. But damn, twice a year, whether it was in Boston or in the Meadowlands, man, he set us on fire and made us look bad. Tom Brady himself set the Jets back.
Yep. All right, Ben, what about you? Who is your all-time favorite athlete to hate?
I'm sticking with a quarterback, a guy played against in my division, Peyton Manning. God, man, he just got on my last because when you get to see him in person, it's like, how you gonna stop him? That go Marvin Harrison, that go Reggie Wayne, that go Dallas Clark. What are we really? And you know what's crazy? Rand Carthon, former teammate of mine, who became the GM of the Titans, he came up to me before a game and said, "Hey, Troupe, man, y'all need to just run the ball today. This when we get ready to play the Colts." He said, "Hey, man, just run the ball today." Why? Man, so the game could be over quick, man. I said, "Man, we got a good game plan." He got a good game plan. Boy, we got. I hate that, and I think you said it right, Marvin. To hate somebody means that, or not hate them. That's how much respect you got for him. Man, Peyton Manning made me sick. I mean, Peyton Manning them so petty that my second year, Derek Mason wasn't my first year, second year. Derek Mason was gonna be he was gonna lead the league in catches. Do you know they stuck Reggie? Do you know that Reggie Wayne got in the first half and they got Reggie Wayne like 15 straight catches just because they knew that? I said, y'all some petty, just so that D Mace wouldn't get it. And they're already in the playoffs. They don't even need this game. I couldn't stand Peyton Manning, man. He got on my nerves. He was that good at football, man. Like all technically sound. And I'm gonna go through my reads and I'm gonna make the right play. Got a head the size of a freaking pumpkin, man. Just so yeah, it's Peyton Manning for me because I was gonna say somebody else, but you know, because my mama be watching, I was gonna say Kobe because I love Kobe Bryant. But it's so easy to dislike Kobe because that's how good he was. God, I hated Kobe, man. When I say I just love Kobe being Bryant, but it's easy to dislike him because he's that good. Kobe gonna make the right play at the right time. He gonna shush the crowd. As soon as you say something to him, and he he gonna stick up the 5 fingers because I want to without Shaq. But for me, it's Peyton, man. And my son went to the Manning Passing Academy twice. He's been twice. Took a picture with Peyton Manning. I played against Eli, but yeah, it's Peyton. I mean, Peyton Manning, man, it's their top 5 all time in touchdowns and yards.
My man Moose in the chat was saying Michael Irvin, there's reasons why I think a lot of his Eagles fans don't like the modern era dynasty Cowboys. Like, I mean, you could easily. I already said I can't do it to Michael just because he was the playmaker. He was the difference maker. Emmitt Smith. I mean, he was he was just so quiet and consistent. It's hard to hate somebody. I mean, you could say Aikman just because I feel the fact that he was overrated just because he was the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. But the man is on the list, and I'm going to put it there. And it's not even for his play on the field. Alex Rodriguez is.
Oh, I'm about to say.
Cannot stand, and it has nothing to do with his play on the field. It really doesn't. Yes, the Yankees beat my 09 Phillies. I get that, but that's not even why. It's just how we was. It was because he was dating J-Lo. Let's be honest, and we were just getting Alex Rodriguez shoved down our throats every single week. And then we had the stupid steroid scandal that he was involved with, and then having to deal with that, and then because of what Alex did, all these other guys. I think the real reason why the steroid usage is so vilified as it is from that era is because of what happened with Alex Rodriguez. So, as a player, I don't think he got enough credit when he went to the Yankees, gave up his position, went to third base, and still won Gold Gloves. Hell, you could even put Derek Jeter on this list because if Derek Jeter, we're not even talking about him. We're not even talking about him. But again, that's I think that New York in me, it's always going to be there. New York's our closest rival. It's always going to be somebody along them lines. Hell, we could even, you just mentioned Eli. You could put Eli in there just because riding off his family's coattails. Everyone's sitting there crying because he didn't get in the Hall of Fame this year. Would y'all stop at the man? You act like he's living this poor life, man. The Mannings are doing fine. Relax, but that list as a whole, I have a whole problem with it. Literally, out of there may be two people I could see being on that list. The rest of it was absolute nonsense. But it did brought up a fun point of who are some of the guys that in professional sports that we didn't really care for. As we're getting ready to wrap this one up, you know what I typically do, guys. Get your final words, what you guys got going on, and any parting words. Marvin first.
Yeah. Listen, final words. I'm a football freak. I'm looking forward to the NFL draft, which we're going to have here in about a month. Hoping that my Jets can do something. Excited about what's happening in spring ball for these USC Trojans. And that's pretty much it, man. I want to see the Lakers finish strong and make a run and see LeBron get a ring this year and laugh in everybody's face.
All right, Ben, your shot. Your final words, thoughts of the day, etc.
Always a pleasure being on with you, Marvin, Steve. I appreciate you, Steve, for letting me get to talk about my book a little bit, man. Just enjoying myself. To everybody out there that want to get into the podcast and content creation world, make sure you get a good solid set of people, man, to do it with. Ain't nobody just trying to hear you talk for an hour. You come on there with somebody, man, makes the conversation either. Like I always say, man, you come for the nuance, you come for the nonsense, you stay because it makes sense, man, and keep listening.
Always appreciate your guys' time on these Wednesdays. Obviously, we all got to have a lot to say. There's always a lot to talk about in the sports world. I'm glad I get to sit here for a few hours and chop it up with you guys. Sometimes it always doesn't feel enough. Hell, the last few episodes we've gone over our little 2 hour stigma that we normally stay around. But again, it's always a pleasure talking to you guys, getting your opinions on what's going on in the sports world. But other than that, this was another episode of The Fan in the End. I'm Steve. That's Marvin. That's Ben. We will see you guys next week, my friends. Peace out. Have a good one.
Peace out.